Hi, you right? I'm Benjamin Baker, and today I'm going to be talking to you about things like sentiment, memories, and applying them to design. Basically, the reason why I want to talk to you about this is because of this space here, the loft in my parents' house. Last summer was a time for me to sort of clear my head and prepare for taking on an MA in furniture design, and I wanted a studio to, bring my ideas together and sort of work things out. So my parents offered me the space up here in the loft, so I decided to try and sort it out. Unfortunately, there was a lot of noise and a lot of clutter, me banging around, and the garage suddenly filled up with bin bags, and they were a bit suspicious as to why this was happening, so they started to question what I was up to. Fair enough, that makes sense, because this is their stuff up here. I regarded it as clutter, possibly useless tat, but they had other opinions on that. But after questioning the reason for keeping some of these things, I discovered that a lot of them had personality and a story behind them as to why they existed and why they were here. But I really wanted to know why keep it up here in the loft, in the shadows, if it meant so much to them. This is the issue. The mess up here isn't really regarded as sustainable living, although I suppose it could be argued that, it's not getting chucked in the landfill site. But let's be honest, no one likes to look at a mess, and I think the space could probably be used a little bit more efficiently. Here's a little documentary about how I think sustainable living should be achieved, with the person celebrating the objects and the stuff that they have around them. It looks at the idea of what sentiment actually is and how we sort of achieve it.
My trinket boxes, which I've been collecting for many years, they've come from all over. Remind me of different people in different places.
Okay.
Now this is a varied selection of fridge magnets. Some were given to me, but the majority of them I picked up when I've visited various places. For instance, I have very fond memories of my visit to Paris and the city of Chester. Oh yes. Now this is something else. My collection of key rings. I can't tell you how many there are, I've lost count. But I always buy a key ring whenever I visit somewhere new. And when I look at them, they all bring back very happy memories. I bought that at a fete at Bearwood.
Right.
And the lady who sold it was an old friend of my mum's, school friend. And she said to me, I said, oh, I'd like to buy that, Winnie. She said, in a very superior voice, she said, I'm afraid I shall have to charge you 2 shillings. I said, that's all right. I got it valued about 8 years ago, and the bloke told me it's worth £100.
Blimey. I don't know.
It's Royal Worcester, you see.
Brilliant.
Jigsaw puzzles, crossword puzzles, you name it, I'll do it. My trusty friend, the walking stick, reluctant as I am to use it, but I find that I need it. While I've got it, I feel safe. I may look an old crop, but I'm not really.
It could be argued that designers and consumers and people in the world over are or are not contributing to climate change. However, it's important that we should take green credentials quite seriously as designers and possibly look at other ways of dealing with the issue. So in this presentation I'm going to be asking why designers should be interested in sentiment and what are the reasons that we should look into this as a subject, possibly to achieve some sort of sustainability, or at least celebrate the things that we have and not live with things in the shadows. Oh yeah, and one more thing. How do we achieve this idea of evoking sentiment, and what are the possible sort of ingredients we could use in design to do it?
I'll do.